You're watching Explore Tulsa.
When I got out of the Army in late 1970, I had a choice. I had a job offer with the junior high band in St. Louis because of some connections I'd made before I went in the Army, or to come back here to be assistant conductor to my former violin teacher of the youth orchestra, and to play in the Philharmonic again. So I decided I loved Tulsa, and this was an opportunity to get more involved in conducting an orchestra rather than a band, and I could play the violin again in an orchestra. It was started in 1963 by the Tulsa Philharmonic Society. I became conductor of the youth orchestra in 1972 when my predecessor got the job as concertmaster of the Philharmonic, and he just decided he didn't have time to do the youth orchestra again. And I'd been his assistant for 2 years, and so I call it, elevated to this position. Well, I became attracted to conducting rather early. I was a student conductor in high school, even, of a band. And then when I went to college, I majored in violin, but I took several conducting classes. And of course, I played in symphony orchestras pretty much most of my life. So I always enjoyed what was done from the podium. I liked the idea, especially with talented high school students, the teaching aspect of it, and sharing the love that I have for the music, and also kind of opening new doors to people, things that they can discover about themselves through music. And as a conductor, you kind of shape the way a piece is performed. The best conductors, actually, even of professional orchestras, I find to be people who have performed in a symphony orchestra. Most of the conductors that I worked with over the years as a musician have been experienced orchestral players. We have probably 35 different schools that have students involved in our program. An awful lot of very talented young people like to play and want to get more involved in music with their instrument. But in school systems, there's a certain limitation on how big the organization can be and how difficult music they can play. But basically, a lot of students want to get experience playing orchestral music before they get to college or before they graduate from college. And so this is a way for students who are highly motivated, who really want to learn more about music and excel even more on their instrument, to get that kind of experience. Even if they don't go into music as a career, and obviously most of them do not, they have an appreciation for it. An awful lot of people who are very talented in high school decide not to go into music as a career, but the youth orchestra experience exposes them to a lot of really fine art, and it's a way of meeting other young people with similar interests. It's a way of learning how to function as a group, how to put what they do individually into context and to a larger organization. So there are many benefits a youth orchestra has, basically in human growth. Sometimes people are not sure what they want to do with their career, and they get into the youth orchestra and maybe they decide to take that path, which they haven't thought of before. But basically it trains people in a lot of ways to excel and to have an appreciation for the arts. And so it's the whole program itself that really is the impetus for all that activity at the professional level. Well, we have 3 groups now. The youngest group is all strings, and some people as young as 7, 8 years old in that group. And then we go through high school. Once they graduate from high school, then they're not eligible to be in the youth orchestra anymore. So we have a lot of students. You know, there are a couple of other young programs in town. There's the Harmony Project that the Tulsa Symphony helps to promote, and there are some other groups in town that are doing a lot in the schools and on their own. There's the Bart Conservatory, El Sistema at Boston Avenue Church, which is a really very active program. So again, Tulsa is very fortunate to have all of these things available for young people to get involved with and to excel and advance in their craft.